Okay, starting out 650 to 601. Starting at 650, we have The Butler with Forrest Whitaker. He's a butler for multiple presidents from the 1920s to the 1980s. There's a lot going on in this movie compared to a movie like Remains of the Day with Anthony Hopkins. For example, his son is a protester, and the movie does a pretty good job of letting you know about the time periods. But yeah, it's solid, better than I thought it would be. But 649, Paradise Now. This is a crazy movie about two terrorists from Palestine, and they're trying to. Well, they've been selected to go into to Israel, and it's a crazy movie, man. It really makes you think. It's not that I would ever say stuff like that is okay. It's not, but it's like I can't. I don't want to give anything away, but like their mindsets, it's just like the way they change their thinking. I mean, it's just like it's a really good movie. Let me see something here. Okay, next movie. 648. Oh brother, where art thou? Um, there's three main characters. They escape a chain gang in Mississippi, and Clooney's the leader. He tells them they're looking for a treasure, but there's more to the movie than that. Um, John Turturro's in the movie. Don't really know the third guy. It's a good movie. It's a little bit of a musical, and I really don't like any musicals. But if I had to say there was one movie that's okay as a musical, well, I told you number 700 is kind of a musical. That's a good movie. Get on up. This one is good. This one is a good movie. I feel like the plot, like it could have the ending and just stuff middle part, it could have been written a little bit better. But the producers are, I think, the Coen brothers. They're really good. They know what they're doing. But yeah, it was good. Let me see here. Let me stop it before the next one because I have a problem pronouncing a word here coming up. Next movie, 647, if I can pronounce it. The the fountain the fountain. I don't know why I have a hard time with that word. I didn't even know it until just now. Um, it's a very different movie. Um, it's about this guy's wife gets cancer, and he becomes like a time traveler to like three different periods, and he's trying to escape death so much. And then it kind of becomes like a naturalistic movie. It's got really good actor Hugh Jackman. Um, I think it's kind of a cult classic for certain people, but I really need to rewatch it. Actually, I know myself. I don't need to rewatch this movie, but yeah, it's good. But I can see some people absolutely loving this movie, like it being some people's top 100. 646, The Rock. It's a good action movie, and I kind of like how there's a story within a story with that movie. I'm trying to remember The Rock. Yeah, so it's cool. The whole premise is cool. I'm not really huge into the action movies, but this one makes the list. You know. Okay, next up, let me see here. We've got The Entitled. Um, Great acting. I feel like Ray Liotta improved as an actor as he got. Sorry, my chair just making all kinds of noises. As he got older, Like I felt like he was better in like Revolver and The Entitled, like than he was early on, like in Goodfellas. Some actors kind of get worse as they get older. Some kind of get better, in my opinion. But it's a great acting with this movie. You probably haven't heard of it. Crazy plot twist, a little complicated, but good, very good. It's probably a movie I need to rewatch or at least read about. Um, Next one, 644. PU 239 stands for plutonium. Good mob movie about this Russian guy that's sick and he's trying to sell plutonium. And it's just a crazy night or two of adventures trying to, to sell it. And it's just a good, pretty good movie. You know what movie I need to add here that didn't make the list that almost made the list? The movie is called, I hope I don't go off on a tangent here. In fact, let me stop it just in case. Okay, so the movie I'm going to also include, it's called Putin. Okay? Now, I don't know how accurate the movie is. It's like incredibly low. It's like a 4 point something IMDb. That's crazy, man. That is a really good movie. I mean, it is like it takes a lot to like I'm watching a movie and like my eyebrows are up. Like half of that movie, Putin, I'm like, wow, is this really happening? Like it's got like a lot of funny parts to it, but it's not really trying to be funny all the time. And it's kind of genius how it shows he's got these two voices in his head, Putin does, about how he's trying to live his life. It's actually like, I know I sound crazy like with how low it is on IMDb, but it's actually like really it's genius how it was put together. Now I don't know how accurate it is because some of the stuff in there is just insane, but like if someone tells me like they didn't find the movie Putin interesting, I would say check your pulse. I mean, anyway, that's enough on that. Let me give me 1 second. Okay, next up we've got 643 Jarhead, good war movie about prepping for war. They never, I forgot the name of the war. I should know for sure. But Desert Storm, I believe. They don't get to go to war, but they're just, it just kind of shows you what it's like waiting and getting ready for war. But yeah, it's a good movie. 642 Confidence with Ryan Reynolds. Good movie about a con man that gets caught up in a high stakes con. I do need to rewatch this one. I don't remember it very well, but I know some people that really like this movie. So this is a pretty good movie, I believe. I need to rewatch it though. I can't vouch for it all the way. But 641 Kickboxer, good martial arts action movie. I believe Van Damme's best movie. Bloodsport was just too corny. Kickboxer's good, good movie. I'm going to include, I'm very biased, but I think Cyborg is like, I just think that's his, that's my favorite Van Damme movie is Cyborg. But it wouldn't be right for me to include it in the list because it's just, a lot of people I don't think there's not much to it, but Cyborg has a legendary chase scene, so I don't know. I just think, anyway, yeah, those two movies. Okay, next up at 640 we've got Babel. And I looked up earlier what these movies are called, putting narratives together like Pulp Fiction and Babel, and I forgot, what's the other one? crash. Or is it traffic or is it both? I don't know. But yeah, so that's called a hyperlink cinema, I guess is what they call it. Never heard of that until today. So the characters have separate stories, but a connection or influence between the stories is revealed. I believe it's hard to pull off. You know, Magnolia, 3 hour movie. It's coming up. You know, some people love that movie. Magnolia is another movie that tried to pull it off. Tom Cruise was unbelievable in Magnolia, but my point is, I just think it's hard to pull that off. Babel does a pretty good job of it, pulling it off, so it's a pretty good movie. Okay, next up, 639, The Pianist. Really highly rated movie. You know, Adrian Brody, Jewish pianist. He's trying to hide from the Nazis basically the entire movie. It's just a battle to get away. Obviously, I don't have it too high. You know, there's not a ton to it. But definitely a good movie, you know? Next up, we got 638, Courage Under Fire. Very solid war movie. What am I going to say? Can you guess? Denzel carries the movie. What's his name is also in it. Lou Diamond Phillips. Is it Meg Ryan in it? I think so. So, what was I going to tell you about this movie? Yeah, this is a good war movie. You know, it's not great. It's good, very good. Some would argue. Next up, we have got Bull Durham. Me, the sports I like. I mean, this is kind of off topic, but you know, played college tennis, high school basketball and tennis, and I love watching football. I mean, I played flag football, but those are kind of my three sports. You know, baseball, but Bull Durham, just, you know, solid sports movie. What did I put here on my notes? Like I just told you, baseball's not my sport. I don't know what else I can tell you about Bull Durham. It's just very good acting. Susan Sarandon and Kevin Costner, Tim Robbins. It's good story to it, you know. What was I gonna say? Field of Dreams. Speaking of Kevin Costner, it just didn't make the list, but I'll add it. I think some people love that movie. I'm not a fan of Field of Dreams, you know. My bad. Okay, next up, 636. Sorry, I've been forgetting to say the number. I'm going to try to remember every time. 636, Snowden. Good movie about the famous American traitor slash spy, or, you know, if you want to call him a patriot, you know, and that's where the debate is. I forgot that actor's name. I'm not a fan of that actor at all, to be honest with you. Otherwise, I probably would have liked the movie quite a bit more. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's about how he went about it. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, yeah, pretty good movie. 635, Passengers. Very good sci-fi movie. A little bit of a romance. You know, not too much, but definitely wouldn't call it a rom-com. I do have one rom-com in this list, by the way, so you're going to have to wait for that. Passengers, unique movie, good movie. 634, The Dirty Dozen, old war movie. A little cheesy, you know, like a lot of those old movies are, but it's still a good movie. In fact, it's highly rated on IMDb, I believe. 633, Shallow Hal, Jack Black comedy. He's he seeks the self help guy Tony Robbins, you know, and then I don't know, I forgot exactly what happens. He gets transformed, and then he sees the beauty in all women, regardless of how they look in real life. So you can imagine where it goes from there, right? But it's funny. It's a unique movie, and that's what gets the higher ratings. You know that. So at least with me. Okay, next up, 632 War Games. Another classic movie that makes the list about a kid who hacks computer program, which almost starts nuclear war. So, what I guess the computer program is like in the Pentagon, something like that. But I don't know. I mean, a little corny of a movie, but I think it was pretty good. I gotta have some classics in there, right? 631 Pilgrimage. 13th century monks embark on a reluctant pilgrimage to escort their monastery's holiest relic to Rome. And then it turns out this relic kind of has powers, and it's John Bernthal is in it. It's not a highly rated movie, but I thought it was pretty cool. I like those types of movies. 630 Revolver, Guy Ritchie film. I think this movie's kind of gimmicky, but some people love the movie. Kind of like a cult classic, I think, with certain people. I don't love it, but I've only seen it once. Maybe I need to rewatch it. The movie's all about ego. I don't think that's giving anything away, is it? No, not really. But like I said, Ray Liotta does a really good job in the movie, and it's got Outcast and that one actor, the action guy. I don't want to mispronounce his name, but anyway, yeah. Revolver is going to be hit or miss with certain people, so I just can't guarantee you'll like it. Okay, next up, The Fifth Element at 629. Cool sci-fi movie, a little cheesy though. Especially with Gary Oldman, if I remember right. Yeah, it's kind of a long movie, isn't it? Like it's ambitious, obviously, but I don't know, man. I think it's kind of an overrated movie, but it definitely would make the list, just because I like sci-fi. And it's got a pretty good IMDb rating. 628 Deepwater Horizon, based on the drilling rig that exploded in the Gulf of Mexico. Mark Wahlberg does a good job in the movie. Just, it's good. It's a good movie. I've seen it one time. It's been a while. But it shows you how dangerous and volatile that situation really was. But, yeah. Next up, Wag the Dog. Very underrated political type movie, comedy. That is also very educational. It's got De Niro. Woody Harrelson is hilarious in the movie. Dustin Hoffman is in the movie. And so anyway, the president is kind of going through a scandal, kind of like an affair. And then they create a whole war with a small country just to turn attention away from the scandal. It's kind of like, I say educational because I think they do that stuff in real life. So yeah, I mean, Wag the Dog is a good movie. Next up, we have got Amadeus. Now, I can't guarantee I like this movie, but it's like incredibly high on IMDb. It's like an 8.5 or something, which is a really high rating if you don't know. On IMDb, it's hard to get an 8.0. Like 3 hour movie about Mozart, and this guy, I don't know the last name, Salieri. This guy is so jealous and obsessed over Mozart's talent that he just loses it. And Mozart is like, his laugh in that movie is very annoying, and he just gets drunk all the. I guess this was Mozart in real life. He just gets drunk all the time. He's a womanizer. He doesn't care about anything, but his ability is just insane on creating music, and the guy just can't take it. The guy ends up like in an insane asylum. But oh no, did I just give it away? No, I don't think I did, because I think that's kind of known at the beginning of the movie. Or is it? Gosh dang it. Yeah, so my bad. Let me get ready for the next clip here. Okay, I didn't give it away. Yeah, I just looked it up. It says at the beginning that that's made clear. So, in regard to Amadeus. 625 Netflix movie Seven Kings Must Die. After the death of King Edward, England is in strife, and Uhtred strives to form a united England. The way the character Uhtred, the cadence to the way he talks really annoys me, but it's still a good movie, you know? But, yeah. At 624 Sound of Freedom, Caviezel quits his job at Homeland Security, and he focuses on rescuing children from human trafficking. He saves one of them, then he goes back to save the sister. He's just kind of the only complaint I would have on the movie. It's understandable, but Caviezel's just so depressed throughout the movie. It seems like, I mean, it makes sense with his job, but it's still a really good movie. Okay, next up we have got 623 Belly with DMX. A little off topic, I think he's the best rapper of all time, slightly ahead of Tupac. Nas is in the movie. DMX, he's being influenced from a pastor, then he's being influenced by the Muslims, and then he's being influenced by the cops. So there's a lot going on in the movie. Pretty good movie. Definitely. Next up, we have got Vice, Christian Bale. He plays Dick Cheney. He shows just how controlled the Bush administration is, or I should say the movie shows it, by Dick Cheney. You know, the ending's crazy to the movie. Bale does an amazing job playing Cheney. You know, a lot of people don't like the political movies, but considering Bush was in office 8 years, I mean, it's worth watching and knowing just how much Cheney controlled everything. It's insane. I had no idea. 621 The Wild Bunch, old Western movie, highly rated IMDb, solid movie. You know, it's just a solid Western movie. Can't tell you too much about it, but been a little while since I've seen it. 620, there's going to be a lot of outrage here. Raging Bull, and it's going to upset a lot of people. I think for its time, it was obviously amazing, but in today's world, I just don't think it's unbelievable compared to so many more boxing movies and just movies in general. Like, if Raging Bull, I know it sounds dumb to say, like, if that came out today, it never would, because it was back in the time, and it shows like New York City and stuff. But Jake LaMotta, right? He wasn't even one of the greatest boxers of all time. So why do we care about Jake LaMotta, right? I mean, you following me a little bit on that? But it's good. It's a good movie. I just don't understand how it's considered one of the best of all time. Not even close to it, in my opinion. 619 Office Space, absolute classic comedy. Doesn't have a ton of like absolutely hilarious parts to the movie, but it's got quite a bit of funny parts. It's good. It's really good. So, let me see. Okay, next up, um, let me see. I got to remember to try to stay the same distance from the mic. I'm new to this, at least with the microphone. Um, Already getting burned out a little bit. It's work, but it's fun. 618 Runaway Jury, really good movie with a ton of plot twist. I don't want to give too much away, but because it's hard to explain. But the defense and the prosecution are both working the jury. Let's just put it like that. And so is John Cusack, the insider. I mean, it's a good movie. It's definitely solid. Um, 617 Do the Right Thing, very thought provoking movie. I think Spike Lee is an unreal director, but not a huge fan of him as an actor. I just think that movie would have been better had he casted someone else to play his part. But he's not an endearing character, really. And I guess he's not supposed to be, right? Sorry, I'm getting tired out. I'm not used to doing this. How do I explain it? Yeah, I get it. So maybe it's good Spike Lee was the way he was because the character's supposed to be controversial. So I get it, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of him as an actor. My bad. Good movie though, very good movie. 616 Hardcore Henry, very cool first person action movie. Very unique. I like that. Also Crank, and let me stop it so I pronounce that guy's name right. Okay, so it's Jason Statham. My bad. So Crank, I haven't seen the movie Crank, but it's funny because one of the last movies I seen a couple days ago, I tried to give Jason Statham because I haven't seen a ton of his movies. He's in. Don't get me wrong, he's in some movies that are high up in the list, but he's not the main character. But I've tried to okay, let me watch The Bank Job, like one of his best movies where he's the main character. Just not. I don't know. Maybe I need to give more of his movies a chance, but I just don't think he captures the camera like the lead role. I don't think he's that guy. Even though maybe he is, but the Bank Job, I just didn't think it was that good. Sorry, going off on a tangent here. Okay, next, let me see. Shine. I watched this for free on YouTube. It's kind of like the movie Rain Man. Very good movie. Not as good as Rain Man, obviously, but I don't want to give anything away. I'll just tell you it's like Rain Man. If you like Rain Man, watch Shine. Good movie. 614 Independence Day, very cool action movie. Good special effects, just solid, Maybe I should include Men in Black in this. I thought about including Men in Black in the list, but Men in Black probably would have been about 720, 730. So I think Independence Day is better. You know. Next up, we have 613. Man, this is psychotic. This is psychotic what I'm doing. I can't believe I'm doing this. No wonder why no one else has done this, man. I'm trying to rate every movie except for those two genres. It's insanity. Um, The Five Bloods, Spike Lee, Netflix movie. Good movie. Vietnam buddies go back to Vietnam looking for gold. This is good. Pretty long movie, enjoyable. no question. 612 Street Kings. Um, I'm laughing a little because I didn't think it's got Kiana, and everyone knows Kiana struggles as an actor, but he's okay in some stuff. Forrest Whitaker, I was just laughing at a part in there because Whitaker was very good in The Butler, but in Street Kings, he just had this part where he just. Forrest Whitaker, I always thought he kind of overacted, but he's overrated as an actor. It's just I can't. Maybe I could eventually. I'll show it to you on my YouTube channel. The Forrest Whitaker part where I can't explain it, but it's just funny. So anyway, Street Kings, very solid crime thriller with Kiana. Like I told you, it's good. I mean, it's a good plot twist and stuff like that. 611 Fistful of Dollars. I went out of my way to watch all of Clint Eastwood's best 8 or 9 Western movies. I almost said country again. But yeah, this one wasn't quite as high, even though it's very high IMDb. It's a little gimmicky, but it's still good. Definitely a good movie. Okay, next up. Speaking of Kiana, how do you say that? I'm not saying it right. Keanu. John Wick. I only saw the first one. Thought it was good. Action's not my genre. These are highly rated movies for a good reason. Great special effects and just Keanu's got all kinds of ability. Obviously, but yeah, I need to. My bad. I need to go through the series. But definitely need to check those out. But John Wick, some people are going to probably want this way higher. I don't know. How many people can one guy kill? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the thing that just kind of, what's the word? Just kind of unrealistic. But it's cool. Let me see here. Let me stop it. I am getting tired out. Next up, we have 609 Parasite. Incredibly highly rated movie. I believe it won Picture of the Year. It was definitely a good movie, but Picture of the Year, question mark, question mark, I don't know about that. Now, do I need to rewatch it? Probably, but see, the problem with a lot of these movies is that I just think in the past, movies were more simple. I mean, could get complicated with plot twists, but it was all about symbolism, right? Because even the symbolism can get complicated, but in a cool way. Now I think these movies, a lot of them, I wrote this in my notes a month or two ago. Now it's about like they're trying to make movies like where it's not just symbolism, but it's art. Does that make sense? Now, Parasite's probably not a good example, but I'll give you examples. Picture of the Year, Shape of Water. One Picture of the Year, I hated that movie. I mean, it was just terrible. Birdman, Picture of the Year. Okay, is it about symbolism or is it about art? Or if you're going to do both, then do it the right way. Birdman, didn't get it. Didn't like it. And then I bought The Artist, One Picture of the Year. I watched 5 to 8 minutes of that movie, and I could not watch any more of The Artist. All these recent movies winning Picture of the Year, it's like they really struggle to make good movies nowadays. I mean, so that's in the back of my mind. These movies, if you make it about symbolism, that's good enough. And then when you try to make it about art, it was like, what was that other movie? Let's look back there. I have quite the movie collection. It was like one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Let me see here. I'm looking for that movie. Where is it? Swiss Army Man. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. I mean, I think the IMDb is high on that, but what are they doing nowadays? Trying to make movies like art or. That's just my own idea. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know. Let me give me a second. Okay, finishing up here. Well, we got quite a few more actually. 608 Lone Survivor. Good movie about how the SEALs find themselves in a battle with the Taliban. It's a high IMDb. I believe it's like 7.5. Mark Wahlberg. The gunplay is really cool with that movie. It's solid. 608 Lone. I already said that. Sorry. 607 Hotel Rwanda, about different tribes having to face the Rwandan genocide. Sad movie, obviously. Excuse me. All these people getting transported to and from the hotel. Highly rated movie. Solid. Just a solid movie. Contagion, 606. Infectious virus goes airborne, kind of like COVID, but more deadly. They really try to track down where the virus came from in order to create a vaccine. Kind of makes you wonder, right? Like if a lot of these movies come out where a lot of people think it's something called predictive programming, kind of like with that movie White Noise, where the movie came out and then the derailment happened. But anyway, sorry to go off on that spiel, if you will. Dinner Rush, 605. Not a well-known movie, I don't believe. It's an underrated mob movie. Don't want to give anything away. Solid movie, 604 Exodus Gods and Kings. Really well done. Christian Bale plays Moses when he's in Egypt and everything he goes through. Even if you don't believe in biblical events, I still think that it would still be a good movie. Okay, next up, 603 Standoff at Sparrow Creek. Really good crime drama thriller. A lot of plot twist in the movie. Solid, unique, different. So, that's what I'm about. 602 Runner. Very low rated IMDb. I don't understand why. Justin Timberlake and Affleck. That sounded like the commercial, I guess. They're in the Caribbean running an online sports book, and I don't want to give anything away, but it's it's a good movie. Last one for this video, 601 Air Force One. Good suspenseful movie. Harrison Ford. I bet a lot of people have probably seen Air Force One. Also, I'm going to include Nonstop with Liam Neeson and Passenger 57 with Wesley Snipes. I still need to watch the second, the one after Passenger 57, U.S. Marshals. But that wraps it up for this episode, and I did 1/7 today, so we'll see if I can try to do another 100 tomorrow, but I'll talk to you later. Thanks.